I'm so lucky to be a part of it. I really believe in what this area is doing, and I'm just honored to be a part of it. I mean, we've got so many amazing musicians in Edmonton that I really felt were showcased, and it was amazing to see people coming down and packing venues to listen to live music. I just thought that was great.
Yeah, I've walked into places like the Savoy. I mean, last night Original Joe's was packed, and it's just kind of like places that you don't normally think of for live music, or that you're Saturday afternoon and it's full.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of going on in this area, but there's definitely more. And it was so awesome to see, people walking up and down the Ave with their wristbands and really here to support live music. And I think that's, one thing that we did accomplish this weekend. So.
Yeah, and you see lots of people with the brochures out looking to try and figure out what they're going to next, what time is so-and-so playing, and all trying to figure it out. So seeing that, experiencing it, sort of being out in the hustle here and out of it, what's your sense of the weekend? As good as it could have gone, better, worse? As good
as it could have gone. Well, it's our first year, and I think every year you're going to have your quirks and you're going to have your kinks. But that's the beauty about doing it once, now that we've done it and we've got some experience behind us. I mean, this is the first time I've ever produced an event like this. But I've definitely been taking down notes, and I think we can only really get bigger and better, and everything just improve in the years to come. So now that we've got 1 year behind us, we can work towards the next.
Well, and you've got, I was talking to Darb, the White Avenue venue guy, about sort of now you've got a year to prepare for the next one, because you didn't really have a lot of time on this one. You kind of decided to just go for it.
Yeah, it was, I think the total, when did I got back, really the planning began mid-March. After my last music conference. I'm a musician as well, and so March to April to May, May to June, June to July, so 3.5, 4 months really.
Some numbers if you've got them. What kind of volunteer base did you end up with through the weekend?
I can't even say it. We had 124, I believe, somewhere roughly in there, of the best volunteers I think that the city could have provided us. That is one of the reasons that this festival did go as well as it did in its first year, and I can't speak highly enough of them. It was just an amazing experience for me, and I hope it was for them as well.
Well, it's awesome that they volunteer and they get a wristband, and sort of the artists, and then the artists, the volunteers, everybody that's sort of involved at any stage can then just go check out the rest of the festival.
Exactly. And they've given up their weekend to be a part of this, and musicians as well. They're working in it, and it's something. It's as a musician, I love going and supporting my fellow musicians at different venues when I'm not playing, and I think we created this really awesome vibe of community and support for each other. I feel really good about that.
So minor hiccups aside, whether it's scheduling or volunteers or people not knowing where a venue is, was the stage sort of being slow to be set up this morning the only really big problem?
There was a few scheduling issues, but that's to be expected. It's a festival. I've volunteered for several festivals, and there's always going to be those hiccups. But that's what makes them unique, and everything that happened, or any hiccup that we did encounter, we were able to move past it, get back on schedule, and I think for the most part people are having a good time, what is really what this festival is about. And our stage was a little late. You can't do much about that if you don't have a stage, but it got here, we got the bands on, and people are enjoying the music.
And then the artists get paid by the festival, or how does that work exactly?
We've had a number of sponsors that jumped on with this event, and particularly the venues in this area have really acted as a huge part and sponsors of this event, as well as providing the space for us to host our festival. And the city as well, the Old Strathcona Business Association, a number of different organizations in the city, the Edmonton Folk Music Festival, the Yardbird Suite. There's just been a number, and everyone just kind of pulled together to make this event happen in its first year. And the venues were involved in that as well. And so all, that's, the festival has a budget in regards to all of that incoming money, and so really everybody has supported this festival and paying the talent that's here.
So not to make you start working on next year already, but any ideas on what you'll already start, or are you going to start getting that feedback going like next week?
That's exactly what you got to do. we're going to have to sit down with all the venues in the area, sit down with the city, the artists, and say, you know, what worked, what didn't, what can we improve upon, how can we make this even an even more positive experience for, you know, the community of Edmonton going forward. So there's definitely going to be that. I mean, I've been taking notes all weekend, so I definitely know things that you know, I would do differently, and I would make sure we did differently in the years to come. But I mean, that's got to be a community thing. It's not just my decision. It's everybody who's involved, and we will definitely be having those conversations to ensure that in years going forward we can only improve upon this event.